Welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing a reading for the month of September. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. All right, so Taurus, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so Taurus, your challenge for September is the 9 of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of Wands upright. Okay? So Taurus, your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with the 9 of Wands energy. I feel with the 9 of Wands energy, there's something here that you don't want to completely give up on. It's like you're determined here, but at the same time, you're guarded. Or you're dealing with someone who has this energy. We're going to clarify this and get more information for you in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. How do I say this to you? There's something here really sad in the recent past, okay? And the reason why I feel this situation is really sad in the recent past is because something here that you were questioning constantly in the past was a part of your destiny. It was a part of your destiny. It was something that you were supposed to be involved in and do. And you started to close yourself off from it, okay? Either you or your person started to close themselves off. Why? Because things started to become difficult. And one of the things I want to mention to you, Taurus, even though things in your life start to become difficult, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not for you. What it means is that sometimes things that are a part of our destiny challenges us. It challenges us because we're being called to become the best type of person that we can become. So there was a situation in your life that, yes, it did become very difficult for you. Yes, this person started to close themselves off to you, or vice versa, but it was a part of your destiny. It was a challenge that you were facing. And we're going to talk more about this for you in a moment, okay? Now, in the present moment, you have the 8 of Cups, you have the Chariot, and the High Priestess. So in the present moment, someone here is choosing to walk away, okay? Someone here is choosing to disconnect or walk away. This could be you choosing to disconnect and walk away from something here that's not emotionally fulfilling you anymore. Or it could be somebody here that you're dealing with that they're choosing to walk away from you because they're not emotionally satisfied anymore. And there's something here, Taurus, about you going within, High Priestess, going within, really making sense of the situation, and then ultimately moving forward from it, okay? So we're going to talk more about that for you in a moment. Now, in the near future, you have the Ace of Cups, the Fool, and the 8 of Swords. There's new love coming in the near future. And this new love that's coming in, I don't feel, for some of you, this is like new love. Like it's a new, completely new person. For others of you, this is you having a new beginning with someone that you're already with. Why? Because some of you are choosing not to give up on this situation. Even though it seems as if it is time to like give up on the situation, there's something about you not wanting to. You got to be careful in the near future because the 8 of Swords is here. If you allow yourself to remain being in this place of isolation, constantly being in your head about things, not sharing your thoughts, not sharing your feelings, constantly being in this it's not going to happen for you. It's only going to happen for you, Taurus, when you recognize it is time to take a risk. And that's what the Fool's all about in the near future, because you want this. You want to have a new beginning. Some of you want to find love. Some of you want to have a beautiful connection with someone that you're with, but if you're not willing to take that risk, if you're not willing to go out on a limb, it's just not going to happen. And this is what life is all about. It's about really stepping into that energy of, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm scared, I don't want it, but how are you going to grow? How are you going to grow and become the best version of yourself? By being in the 8 of Swords energy. There's something here in the near future about you feeling hopeless. I'm getting a hopeless energy here. Even though Spirit is bringing you what you want. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Taurus, is the Five of Wands. There's a conflict that's coming in. One of the things that I've been mentioning, and I will continue to mention, is we're going to be going through one of the hardest Mercury retrograde seasons, okay? And I think it's the last one of this year. So the last one is it's a lot, okay? The sign that is going to be affected by this is Libra. And Libra shares a planet with you, which is Venus, which is love. So I feel like there's something here about your love situation that you're being called to recognize and learn from, okay? Because you don't want to give up on love. There's something here about you not wanting to give up on it, even though, you know, it's been challenging for you, okay? So let's get into your reading, Taurus, and let's see what is going on for you. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands, which is your challenge. So the Nine of Wands is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Your biggest challenge for the month of September is about working with other people, cooperating with like-minded people. There are going to be certain people and individuals that come into your life, and there's going to be two types of Tauruses that watch this. Some of you are just going to say, whatever. It's not important. Whatever. I don't care. This is not a part of my destiny. It's not something I need to do. While others of you are going to look at this situation and say, this is too difficult. It's too hard. And that's where you cheat yourself. That's where you cheat yourself. I'm going to be honest with you, Taurus. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to tell you some fantasy, some story for you to like me. Okay? I'm here to tell you what you need to know. And then it's your choice if you want to make the decisions. There's people coming in your life that are going to help you, But if you give up too soon, you're going to miss your opportunity. You're going to miss your destiny if you give up too soon. So you need to be consciously aware of who these people are, why they're coming into your life. You need to be open because there is a new beginning that's happening for you after a difficult period. Sometimes things get really difficult for you, Taurus, and you give up. And you're like, I'm not dealing with that. But that's where you lose. You lose every time you give up on something. Your biggest challenge for September is about finding ways to cooperate with like-minded people. Like-minded people, okay? And these like-minded people are going to take you from this place of completely wanting to give up, okay? Completely wanting to give up to wanting to have that new beginning, okay? Because you have some sort of passion within you and you want to fulfill it, but it's only going to happen, Taurus, when you find the like-minded people, okay, that are going to help support this vision that you have. So your biggest challenge here is to accept that some sort of situation in your life, yes, it was difficult, yes, it's coming to an end, but there is an opportunity to have a new beginning if you find the right people. And that means you need to take that risk. You need to be consistent. You can't just, you want to know why? I'm going to tell you something about yourself. The reason why you are considered one of the most stubborn signs of the zodiac, you are the most stubborn sign of the zodiac. You are, okay? Can agree with me, you don't have to. I've been doing it for 21 years, okay? The reason why you're considered stubborn is not because it's a curse. The reason why you're considered stubborn is because what Spirit did when Spirit made you, they created this stubbornness within you so you don't give up easily. You don't give up easily, okay? It's like the ox. When the ox has to pull all of this, the materials and stuff. If the ox gave up in the middle of delivering these materials, people would not have the materials they need in order to live their life and thrive like we have as communities, okay? So your biggest challenge here is to identify why you're determined to achieve something. Where is that determination coming? And can you find like-minded people that are going to help you on this new beginning that you are on, this journey? Because something here has become difficult, and as soon as this situation happens and it becomes difficult for you, you're like, oh, I'm just going to give up. I don't need this drama. I don't need this. It's what you don't see coming. The Five of Wands, a conflict is going to come and it's going to test you. And this is why your ruler is debilitated for the next month. You know, Venus is going to be debilitated because Mercury is going to be retrograding in Libra, which is connected to you. Okay, so your challenge here is about finding like-minded people that are going to help you on this new path that you want to go on, but you need to be determined. As soon as you give up, then there is no opportunity. Just because something starts becoming difficult doesn't mean you give up. Okay, that's going to be your challenge. I had to spend 10 minutes on your challenge because it's very important for you. Okay, now in the recent past, let's talk about the Ten of Wands. The same thing that's happening now is happened in the past, by the way. The same thing that's happening now is what happened in the past. There's a lesson. There's a very important lesson here. Some of you are it's going to go through one ear and out the other. You're going to say, oh, this isn't my reading. Then you're going to come back and say, wow, this is actually my reading. Okay. So let's clarify the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Hierophant. You have the Ten of Swords and the Justice. Yes. Something here, a marriage or a commitment, things started to become very difficult. I feel like in the past, this marriage or commitment ended. This person said, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. They started to close themselves off to you. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. I'm going to be honest with you, Taurus. In the recent past, the reason why this person started to become closed off to you is because you weren't giving enough to them. You were like penny pinching them, or it's like you were committed and into it at one point, and then you stopped kind of being consistent here in the past. Okay. So there was a beautiful opportunity here for you to have a family, commitment, marriage. It's just something here started to become difficult. And as soon as it started to become difficult, you gave up. And that's not your nature. That's you not being, that's you not being in the true nature of who you are. You're a Taurus. You are somebody who is like, can keep going and going and going if you're determined. But as soon as you see an issue or something becoming difficult, look, you miss out on the destiny here. Okay. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune for Taurus in the recent past. So the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so in the recent past, I feel like you were holding on to this pain. There was some sort of pain that you experienced. Now, this is a different story. Some of you in the past, what you don't realize is you were holding on to so much pain that all these opportunities that were supposed to come into your life, you were missing them. Okay, somebody here in the past was also telling you, look, I'm hurt. I'm in pain. And nothing was really done about it is what I'm seeing. So there's something here about things getting difficult for you and you kind of just gave up, or your person gave up in the past. Okay. Now in the present moment, someone here is choosing to walk away. They're disconnecting. They're no longer satisfied with this situation anymore. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. What is the important message in the present moment for Taurus? So the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Lovers. You have the Sun and you have the High Priestess. Okay. So in the present moment, there's a very strong connection here that you have with someone. This person's choosing to walk away from the relationship. They're choosing to walk away from the relationship because they're no longer emotionally satisfied. A lot of you watching this now are going to seek help, or you're going to find some sort of psychic or person who's going to give you a better understanding of the direction. Now, someone here is choosing to move on and move forward. If this is your story and this is what you're experiencing, Taurus, there's an important message from your higher self. Okay. And you've been maybe finding it challenging to find answers in terms of what you're going to do in your life after this person walks away or disconnects. Tell me more about the High Priestess. What is the important message for Taurus in the present moment from the High Priestess? Okay, so the High Priestess is clarified by the Eight of Cups. You have the King of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So in the present moment, I'm really strongly getting there's something here about you being worried that this person's leaving or disconnecting. And this is what your whole entire reading is about. Your whole entire reading is about opportunities that are coming into your life. And you need to recognize when something is done. When something is done, it's done. If something's getting difficult or if somebody's choosing to walk away from you, it's not for you. It's not for you. Why are you going to force a situation towards that's not for you, honey? Why? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that, okay? So your higher self is saying you need to be logical. You need to not be, you need to, if you have some sort of anxiety and fear about a situation you're in, you need to look at this situation from a logical standpoint. You need to ask yourself why this person's walking away. There's a reason. There's a lesson to learn here. There's a lesson to learn here. And when you learn that lesson, it will be time for you to move on. Okay? So there's something here about you needing to be logical. That's what your higher self's telling you. Do not be in this place of feeling defeated or feeling down and out. You're learning here. This is about learning. So what is the message about you moving forward? What is the Chariot all about here? The Chariot is clarified by the Three of Wands. You have the Four of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So in the present moment, this is a direct message to you because you are the King of Pentacles. You need to heal and you need to move on. One of the things you need to make sure of, Taurus, is that you're not holding on to resentment, pain, or trauma. This is going to be your first level of needing to do that, okay? There is something here that's going to repeat itself. So if you had a similar experience in the past to what you're experiencing in the present moment, the reason why that's happening is because you didn't learn the lesson. You got to learn the lesson. You got to be open to it. And that's only going to happen if you're logical. If you're not being logical and you're allowing fear and anxiety to take you over, then again, you're not learning the lesson that you need to learn. And you have an ability to be successful. You have an ability to do that. It's only going to happen when you decide to move on, when you decide to move forward and be logical about moving forward, not being scared or in this fear or in anxiety, because that's not going to help. The more closed off you are and the more you're in fear, the more opportunities pass you by. And that's what happened in the past. And I would really hate to see, I don't like using the word hate, but I have to get the message to you. I would really be annoyed to see you miss an opportunity. And I don't want to see that happen for you. I want to see you accomplish and achieve everything that you want to achieve. Okay. And that's what I sincerely mean that. Okay. Now, in the near future, there's new love. Yay. There's new love, or there's a new beginning in love for you with someone. You got to take the risk. Some of you are going to be too scared to take the risk. You end up isolating yourself. You got to be careful of this, because the more you isolate yourself and feel sorry for you, that's not going to make your situation better. Nope, it's not. Okay? So why are you in this energy in the near future with the Eight of Swords? Tell me more about the Eight of Swords for Taurus in the near future. So the Eight of Swords is clarified by, you have the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. You have some sort of conflict that's happening within you. Now, for others of you, this is with maybe a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm getting a Leo really strong here. Scorpio is really strong. I am also getting a Cancer, and for a small percentage of you, Virgo and Pisces, Aquarius, Aries, pretty much any sign. It doesn't matter. But the energy here is conflict. Somebody here in the near future gets you into this place. And again, nobody controls you. Nobody determines your happiness except you. You can allow outside forces to affect your ability to be happy. But this is about you finding your happiness within yourself. Even though somebody here is creating a conflict with you and there's issues that are showing up, your test is going to have a lot to do with how you respond to the situation. There's two ways you can respond. You can either respond in this place of feeling sorry for yourself, isolating yourself in your room or in your apartment and feeling sorry for yourself, or you can choose to get up and take a risk and have some sort of new beginning. Something here forces you to make a decision about how you're going to approach this challenge, because there is a challenge that's coming in for you, especially when it comes to somebody here who starts a conflict. Someone starts a conflict with you in the near future and you're going to be tested. Tell me more about the Fool in the near future. you have the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Five of Swords. You're going to know when it's time to have a new beginning, because when something here gets so intense, it kind of forces you to move away and it forces you to have some sort of new beginning. And again, it's going to be up to you how you respond to the situation, because if you respond to it correctly and you take the risk that you're being called to do, it's going to lead to a lot of happiness for you. But Taurus, you always being in this comfortable place, that's not how we grow. We don't grow by being comfortable all the time. There's something here about you always wanting to sit down in front of the TV and eat chips. And it's like, okay, you know, whatever happens, happens. You got to take control of your destiny. That's the only way this is going to happen for you. Otherwise, there will be conflicts that come up, and these conflicts are coming up to force you to move towards your destiny, to move towards the new beginnings. It's going to be up to you. Okay? Now, let's get some advice. There's something here, I'm getting a message, and I have to tell you this before I give you your advice. There's something here about someone here always being offended. It's like, I'm offended because you did this. I'm offended because you did that. Somebody here is always, I don't know if this is you or your person. Someone's constantly in their emotions all the time. And it's actually fogging their brain from really making the decision to move into some sort of new direction. So if this is you, you need to be conscious of that, because somebody here is playing victim. And I don't know if this is you or your person, but that victim mentality is not going to help you get to where you need to get to. Okay. You got to be strong and you got to be consistent. Okay. All right. Now, your advice. You have the Four of Swords in reverse, which is immediately indicating to me that you haven't healed from something in the past. You have a decision, Taurus. You can choose to remain in this place of feeling angry, sad, upset, and emotionally withdrawn, or you can identify what it is within you that you need to heal. There's something here about forgiving. You need to learn to forgive. You need to learn to say, okay, I understand. That's fine. I know it's not for me. That's okay. And if you're able to do that, you're able to recognize what you need to heal within yourself. There's a decision that you need to make. If you remain being closed off, blocked, or stubborn for all the wrong reasons, you will miss opportunities, okay? In order to avoid missing opportunities, you need to make a decision and you need to be forgiving. You need to be able to offer love. You need to be able to be in this energy of accepting things, because one of the things your reading is talking about is some things are for you and some things are not for you. Are you able to identify the things that are not for you, or are you still holding on to them? Which is ultimately showing me that you haven't healed from something here that affected you on a deep level. The decision's going to be yours. I cannot force you to make changes. You have to identify, look at the reading and see what changes you need to make within yourself in order to break through this energy of constantly feeling like you can't move forward, okay? So your biggest piece of advice here is to make a decision to forgive someone for something that really hurt you on a deep level. And you also need to recognize this one thing. This person's function in your life is to push you outside of your comfort zone. And if you're mad at this person for doing that, then you're mad at the wrong person. This person is teaching you something, and although it looks nasty on the surface, it's something here that's going to elevate you, to the next level. And the choice is going to be yours whether or not you want to identify that, okay? So, Taurus, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.